We want you. I need you. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. We got the coffee. We are surviving on caffeine. And today we're talking about Sacred Order. We're talking about the faction games.
Happy Hunger Games, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
And I am so excited to be participating in this. For those of you who don't know what's going on, Deadwood Jedi is holding another content creator contest where we are all competing in the 4 dungeons: Dragon, Spider, Fire Knight, Ice Golem, Hydra, and Arena. And it's going to be a blast. So we'll all set an arena defense, and then we'll fight against all of the people in the arena defenses on the test server. Thank you so much to Plarium for allowing us on the test server. And whoever's in charge of that section will do those arena fights. Otherwise, we're looking for best times in the dungeons and most damage in Hydra. And I have chosen on my team the Sacred Order, okay? Now, it's going to be me, Cold Brew, and Odd One Gaming. We are Obi-Wan. Yes, Obi-Wan. Odd Brew Jedi, Obi-Wan. Anyway, we are going to be competing in the next 2 weeks on Deadwood Jedi's YouTube channel. So I will put the link to his channel in the comments below, or I'll try to. And otherwise, I'm sure you're following him on YouTube anyway. You can head over there. Also on his website, there should be a schedule that is coming up. For today, what I wanted to do is tell you what my events are and talk about what our options are, okay? Now, I will be doing the Hydra portion as well as Ice Golem. And I'm pretty excited about both of those. I think Sacred Order is well suited for them, but they don't really have a lot of good support. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about it and try to get some ideas. I'd love for you guys to participate and help me in this. And if you want to pick your own faction and run it in Hydra or Ice Golem, or really any of the dungeons, if you want to just pick your own faction using epics only like we are, and run that in one of the contest areas and send me a screenshot to the contest area of my Discord, I will be doing a gem giveaway for you guys. So when the competition is over, I will be doing 2 gem giveaways, one for my personal favorite team, and then the second one for the best team. So fastest time in a dungeon, most damage in Hydra, whatever I think the best team was that was created will be the winner. So I'll do one for the best and one for my favorite, and I should write that down so I don't forget. I still didn't pull the gem giveaway winner for last week. So if you want to go to the I deleted all my teams video, you can still enter over there because I didn't pull those yet. And the one right after that, I forget what the name of it is, but right after the I deleted my teams video, that one's on Plarium, so I can't give those winners away yet. There's going to be a bunch of winners on that one. So those 2 videos, you can still go enter those gem giveaways as well. Join my Discord. Let's get into it, okay? Now, actually, on the filter here, what I have done is I've selected epic champions, but I also need to select commons and uncommon, because we can use Armiger. Now, could we use rares? Yes, we're allowed to use rares. Do we want to use rares? No, I don't think so. I mean, you tell me if there's a rare that's worth using, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at my available options for the Hydra Clash and Hydra and Ice Golem portions of the faction games. And you guys are going to tell me what you think my teams should be. Okay, I think it's pretty obvious that we should include Inquisitor Shamail, but if we're going to include him, then we need to make sure that we're hitting the Fearhead. Let's actually go take a look at what rotation is on the test server so we can have that information as well. Now, for this competition, we're going to be doing Hard Hydra, and we do have the Fearhead in our rotation here, which is wonderful. Where does it say what rotation we're on? We're on rotation 2, okay? We are on rotation 2, and so that means that we're kind of evenly distributed. We have we have 3 red heads, 2 blue heads, 1 green head. So that is something that we should keep in mind, the affinity. Now, we're not going to necessarily have all of the options, right? Because it's epics and below. No legendaries. No mythics either. We're not talking about those today. But this is going to be the rotation, okay? We have the Head of Wrath in there, so that's going to be particularly important. It's kind of in a bad spot because Phoenix does the block buffs. He is green, and our Head of Suffering is blue, so that's not good. The Head of Blight is red, and that does pair well with Phoenix. But if we use Mordecai, we're placing the HP burn, so that's pretty good. And then, let's see, okay. So, the Head of Blight is in there, the Head of Torment is in there, the Head of Mischief, and the Head of Wrath, which means the Head of Decay is on the bench. Oh man, that makes me so happy. But what that probably means as well is that it will be the first one to pop out. It will be the first one to pop out. So we'll just have to take it as we go. But I like this rotation for Sacred Order. Let's hop back over and look at the champions and see what our options are. Alright, so based on the rotation that we're on, I think Shamail's a clear inclusion here. I don't know who we would really want to pair with him to get a bunch of turns, but I think that he is a good one to use. Obviously, we know Shamail. A lot of people would be saying probably Godseeker's an obvious pick, but I'm just not 100% sure on it, okay? Because, okay, so we know Godseeker has the passive revive, which is sick. She has the active revive, and it resets the cooldowns. So, like, if we stack Phoenix with damage, for example, and then revive him, then he'll get all of his cooldowns back, or something like that, okay? So, obviously, that's great. And then she does do some healing. 15% of their max HP, decreases the duration of all buffs on the enemies, which is great, and increases the duration of all buffs on all allies, which is great. Also, I do have blessings on both of these champions, and that is amazing as well. Now, what we can do is take a look and see if I have any other blessings hidden that I didn't utilize yet. However, what we could do is use Cardinal. It's on a long cooldown, but if we are squishy, we could make her super tanky, put her in Reflex or something, and just revive our team a bunch of times. Also, we have the single target heal and the poison. So we could do a Cardinal strategy. I feel like Deacon's an obvious inclusion here, but maybe not, okay? He is definitely our best option for decreased defense. Maybe he's our only option. So we probably want to include him. And then obviously on the A1, he has the Leech, and he has the turn meter fill. Plus he has a speed aura. And what I've done a lot of times in Hydra is just putting him in the lead for his aura, pairing him with Shamail, and he gets so many turns. So that could be a possible. I like Phoenix. He has a very strong A1. He also has the block buffs, which is great. It's not 100%, but we can, with masteries, we can make it a little bit better with Sniper, okay? And he does hit very hard. He has good multipliers. And then he has a decreased speed chance on his A3. So that can be very helpful, plus a targeted decreased defense. So I feel like a lot of these choices are pretty obvious, but it's just not sure. It's not certain. I would love to put Armiger in the team because obviously he has the enemy max HP. But we don't really need enemy max HP on hard Hydra, so I'm tempted to just skip him. But, I mean, it is on a 2-turn cooldown, which is dumb. So we could be getting a lot of turns. Like, if we put Armiger in the lead, obviously we won't get an aura, but we could get a lot of turns with Armiger in the lead, okay? Some of the more underrated ones, okay? Some of the more underrated ones. I actually think Juliana is not a bad pick, okay? She has a turn meter buff on her A1, and she has, crit rate in arena. I was going to say she has a usable aura. But for example, if we put her in the lead, and she got a bunch of turns with Shamail, and she's filling her turn meter a bunch on her A1, she could take a lot of turns. She also places an increased crit rate buff on herself and ignores 50% of the defense if we end up using her with Romero. And then she has removes all buffs from the target and places HP burn. So that's a great combination for Hydra as well. I don't think we want to use Lightsworn. He has a triple hitter on the A1. The turn meter doesn't matter. He does have a decreased attack, decreased speed, but it's single target. But that's still good. He does do increased defense and revive on death, but I feel like that might be a recipe to get our buff stolen. I'm actually wondering if we should do Juliana and Romero together. A lot of you guys don't know that he got buffed. He's going to place a continuous heal buff on the ally with the lowest HP. So, for example, we could try to build a Mischief tank, but I feel like we're just going to get buffs stolen and go on our way if that head pops out. We have a continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns and steals 1 buff from each enemy. That's just automatic. He just steals it. There's no check. And it's on a 3-turn cooldown. Plus, we need a healer. Okay, Godseeker alone is not enough healing. And then he does a shield increased defense buff, which I think that we need. And then over here, if we end up putting Juliana and Romero on the same team, then this triple hitter actually does a lot of damage. So we could build him for damage. I think that could be good, okay? One of the other options I think that could be good here is going to be Adriel. She has an AoE heal and reflect damage. She has an AoE decrease attack and then decrease accuracy on her A1, but also speed in all battles aura. So I think that could be good. Carolina, never thought I would say this in a million years, but she has an A1 HP burn. And then she has an A2 decrease attack and an A3 strengthen that can't be removed or stolen, plus resistance in all battles aura. And she has a decrease in duration of buffs on the enemy by 1 turn whenever they're under HP burn. So, like, if we're using Mordecai, then she would pair pretty well with him, in all honesty. So that could be an option. I don't think we want to use Anchorite. I mean, he does have an A1 heal. He has like a little cleanse thing, and then he has all of the buffs, but I don't think we want to use him. I personally don't like Lodric, but he does have A1, an ally protect, and then a shield. I don't think that's good enough. I think I'd rather use Romero. Missionary, it's like he has this one ability. I don't think that it's worth it for that. Like he can place decreased speed. All of these single target abilities, I don't think that's going to be good enough. Relic Keeper would be a damage dealer. I don't think that we want to use him, but that could be an option. Aethar, I'm strongly thinking about using for Ice Golem, but his kit's not really suited for Hydra. Sanguinia is the next one that I wanted to talk about. She has a triple hitter on her A1 and decreases the duration of buffs by 1 turn. She also has block debuffs and continuous heal, which does kind of suck, but it would be needed probably. It only sucks if the block debuffs get stolen. And then she transfers all debuffs from herself to the target and removes all debuffs from all allies. She does have not a relevant aura, but like she's the only type of cleanser that we would have. She's the only type of cleanser. So if we want a cleanser, then I think it's got to be her, but I don't think that this is enough. I don't think it's enough. I really don't. So then Talia over here, I don't like Talia, I will say. We're going to have increased attack already, most likely from Mordecai, and one extra buff with increased crit rate is not that great, but she does place a counterattack on herself, so we could try to use her as like a mischief tank. Same thing with Bushi. Bushi, we could also try to use as a mischief tank. He does increase crit rate and increase speed, and those two buffs could make him the mischief tank. He also, oh, it's speed and arena. Dang it. His A1 and his A2 both do pretty good damage, and then his A3 revives himself. Do we need a mischief tank? I don't know the answer to that, right? Hope, I hope we don't have to use you. I hope we don't have to use you. She has an increased attack on a random ally on her A1, which is terrible in every way. And then she has an A1 leech, or an A2 leech, I mean. And then she has ally protection, increased defense, continuous heal. Like, I don't think that's good enough. But Mistress of Hymns might be good enough. She has heal on her A1. She has a heal, but you have to build her with crit rate. And then she revives with Veils, which is cool. But since we're going to run Shamail, I don't think we really need that. I feel like maybe I missed someone, but what type of team should we be using here, right? Like, when we're going to come over here, let's try to wrap up the video. When we're going to come over here to Hydra, what type of team are we going to be using? You know what I mean? Let me set up a possible team and you tell me what you think. So maybe something like this, tentatively. We could put Mordecai in the lead. Then we would have his accuracy aura actually works, I think. Let me double check on that. Yeah, his accuracy aura works, so that would allow us to put less accuracy on people, or have more consistency one way or another, right? We would have Phoenix for damage and block buffs. We would have Juliana for backup HP burns. She's a different affinity, which, is that good? No, it doesn't matter because he's placing it. But I will say, on his HP burn, like, it's not going to be up the whole time, right? So she could have an additional chance to place it, and that would be good on a decapitated head. She could just place it right away. I don't know about her multipliers, or if she's actually good enough. Also, Godseeker's not in this version. So maybe we just want to take out the Juliana part. Oh man, but then Romero is not very good. Because like we would really want Godseeker in there, I feel. But then I don't know who's the best healer to put in here. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's so hard because there's not that great of options. Like who would you put in here? Let me know in the comments below. Message me in Discord. Let's start the conversation. I need to figure out a team and start testing it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to make your own versions with epics or below and post them in my Discord. Bye now.